For centuries, a really powerful idea has been hiding in plain sight. In ancient scriptures, the heart was always described as the center of understanding, of perception, even wisdom. And, well, we kind of thought it was just poetry. But what if it wasn't? What if cutting edge science is only now catching up to this ancient knowledge? Well, let's dive in and explore this amazing connection. It all starts with this one single, kind of mind blowing fact from modern physiology. We've always been taught that the brain is the command center, right? It's sending all the orders down to the body. But the data? It tells a completely different story. There's a massive highway of information going the other way. The heart is constantly talking to the brain. And this, of course, raises the central mystery. If the heart is communicating so much, what on earth is it saying? And maybe more importantly, is the brain really in charge? Or is it just listening to a deeper wisdom? This question is going to take us from modern labs all the way back through 1,400 years of history. So first up, we're going to explore this hidden signal, this completely counterintuitive flow of information that has forced scientists to rethink, well, pretty much everything they thought they knew about where our feelings and our thoughts actually come from. See, long before we could measure electrical pulses or anything like that, ancient scripture was making a really bold claim. And it wasn't presented as a theory, but as a fundamental truth about us, about human consciousness, that real understanding doesn't happen up in the head, but deep down in the heart. So now let's see how this ancient perspective creates a modern riddle. We're going to contrast the Quranic view of the heart with the, let's say, mechanical understanding that we've all kind of accepted for generations. And the contrast here is just stark. On one side, you have the view that totally dominated the 20th century. The brain is the brilliant CEO, and the heart? It's just a tireless but ultimately unintelligent pump. But on the other side, the Quranic view presents a totally different hierarchy. The brain processes, sure, but the heart understands. It's the true seat of perception. And this isn't some subtle or poetic language. The verse is incredibly direct. It doesn't say, so their brains may understand. It specifically gives the job of comprehension to the heart. For early listeners, this just made sense. For modern science, though, it was a puzzle just waiting to be unlocked. And this brings us to the moment where the story takes a fascinating turn. After centuries of just dismissing the heart as a simple pump, science stumbled upon something that just didn't fit the old model at all. A discovery that started to sound, well, eerily familiar. The first bombshell was this number, 40,000. Scientists found over 40,000 specialized neurons, yep, the exact same cells that make up our brain, living and functioning right inside the human heart. It has its own complex neural network, capable of learning and memory, completely independent of the brain in your head. This was so revolutionary that researchers actually needed a new name for it. They cautiously started calling it the heart brain. And all of a sudden, that ancient idea of a thinking heart wasn't so poetic anymore, was it? It was actually becoming a biological reality. And then came the most mind-bending discovery of all. By measuring reaction times, scientists found that the heart often perceives and reacts to an emotional stimulus before the brain does. The heart feels it first. Then it sends the signal upstairs for the brain to process it into what we call a conscious thought. The bottom line, your heart knows first. Okay, so this is where it all comes together. We're about to see these two seemingly separate worlds, ancient scripture and modern science, merge in some truly astonishing ways. The Quran talks about a condition it calls the blindness of the heart. Now, this isn't about a lack of intelligence or evidence. It suggests a person can see all the facts clearly, yet completely fail to grasp the truth because their primary organ of perception, the heart, is malfunctioning. And here is the scientific parallel. Researchers have confirmed that when our heart rhythm is chaotic, triggered by emotions like arrogance or fear, it literally disrupts our brain's ability to think clearly. A corrupted heart signal doesn't just feel wrong, it literally makes you see wrong. Now, on the flip side, the Quran describes a positive state of the heart called sakina, which translates to tranquility or calm or inner peace. And notice again, this tranquility is sent directly into the hearts, not the minds. This spiritual state of tranquility perfectly mirrors the measurable physiological state that scientists call heart coherence. This is a smooth, stable, harmonious heart rhythm. And when we achieve it, our focus sharpens, our emotional stability skyrockets, and our decision-making gets way better. So what does this all mean for us in our daily lives? This leads us to the heart's role as our inner compass, guiding our perception and influencing every single decision we make, whether we realize it or not. it all really builds to this. Spiritual states like gratitude and sincerity, they generate a coherent, stable heart rhythm, and that leads to cognitive clarity and focus. But states like arrogance and anxiety, they create a chaotic, irregular rhythm, resulting in confusion and brain fog. Your inner state is directly dictating your mental clarity. This brings us to the Islamic concept of niyyah, or intention. It's this powerful idea that the true value of any action is determined by the hidden motive in the heart. And what science is now suggesting is that this isn't just an abstract idea. Decision-making actually begins with an emotional signal, evaluation, from the heart, which the brain then uses to construct a rational plan. Intention is biological. And the crucial point here is that this isn't a passive process. We are active participants in this. With every emotion we cultivate, every intention we hold, every moment of sincere prayer or gratitude, we are actively tuning our primary organ of perception. We are literally shaping the lens through which we experience reality. So this leaves us with a final and maybe the most important question. We now know the brain is in constant communication with the heart. It's listening for these signals that shape our thoughts, our feelings, and our reality. The only question left is, what is your heart telling yours?